What's up guys, it's Norzza here, and in today's video I'm going to show you some of the stuff that they added in the Contraptions DLC which just came out, and give you a little fireworks display at the end with the stuff that they added. So first off is the warehouse stuff. It's relatively similar to all the barn additions that came with Far Harbor. It just pretty much reskins of that, except there are a couple of the walls that have windows in them which we didn't have with the barn stuff, so we'll just go through them pretty quickly because they are virtually the same. And there's a couple there, so you can see how they got the windows rather than the walls going through them, so you can sort of see through. And I believe there's the same for these roofs as well. Yes, there is. Yep, so other than that, they're pretty much the same, except they're a lighter color rather than the red that we got with the Far Harbor barn stuff. And there's also this rolling metal door, which is pretty cool. A couple of new posts as well. So they've added these scaffolding here, so you've got this larger one, and there's also a little one there as well, which is sort of cool if you're building large structures, which you can use off to the side, but you can't actually snap anything to them, so when I was sort of playing around with them, they were a little bit irritating. You've got a few frames here as well that they've added. So these ramps and the other stairs that they've added, they don't actually clip to foundation, so you can put them anywhere along a foundation, which is pretty cool, because it is really frustrating with the other stairs how they always have to clip they don't clip right on the end, they clip just before it, and it's really frustrating. So they've got these boxcars here. There's a whole blue list and there's also an orange list, which we'll show in a sec. So pretty much they're the same, they're just blue and orange. There's no new doors, no fences, but there are these elevators. So there's the 2-floor elevator, and there's also a 3 and a 4. The ball track stuff is pretty cool. So there's all different types of the straights, there's some curved there as well. And it does look pretty expansive. I was expecting it to just be pretty generic with a couple of things, but there is actually some cool things which you can do with it, which I'll show you later on. So we've got the armor racks, which we saw in the trailer, and there's also these display cases. These power rack displays are pretty cool. You can power them, they light up, so it looks nice aesthetically, and the weapon racks as well. So I'm currently showing you all this stuff at my Starlight Drive-In settlement, which I've been building up pretty recently. I will be doing a Let's Build sort of on the Starlight Drive-In and what I've basically been doing with it. So you'll see a video on that pretty soon, and then I'll also do a decorating video where I sort of finish it off. So it's not finished at the moment, I'm sort of way off in the corner so you can't really see it. But I do hope you guys like that video once I do put it up, and I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. There are a lot of these posters, so I sort of just go through them pretty quickly so you can see what they look like. There are a couple of different versions. It looks like some of them are powered, so they might light up if you actually put some power up to them. So we've got some new conduits as well. I'm not too sure how useful these will be, if they're going to be any better than the wires and the conduits that we currently use. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you have used them, because I'm not really sure where I would use them. I'm sort of just striking for ideas. So we've got a pitching machine in the miscellaneous section here, which is pretty cool. There's also a junk mortar, and there's the fireworks. Now the fireworks I think are really awesome. So there's heaps of different versions of fireworks that you make at the chemistry station, which I'll make a couple here. And at the bottom of this list, once we get down there, you'll see that there's weather change shells. So what you can do with these shells is you put them in the mortars and fire them off, which I'll show off here. So it's currently raining and I put a clear one in there, fire that off, and there we go. So the weather changes so it's clear, which is going to be really handy in places like Far Harbor where it's always foggy and the weather is always terrible. And they've got these hoop switches, which are basically basketball hoops, which have a switch in them, so you put something through the hoop and it sets off a switch. They've got these advanced switches here, which I haven't really played around with, and I'm not sure if I will. Seem to be interesting if you ever want to. And the conveyor system is actually pretty cool. So there's all these different types of conveyor belts, which we'll go through quickly. And what you actually use them for is you use them to make various items. So you can make weapons, armor, energy weapons, various objects. You can actually make ammunition as well, which is awesome because we've been looking for a way to make ammunition since Fallout 4 came out, because it's so expensive to buy them and you have to wait for the vendors to refresh. And you can also make fireworks through this conveyor system as well. And here's the rest of the items there. So you've got some storage stuff and some hoppers. The arrows are pretty cool, just a little bit extra decorations. We've also got some letters there, which I won't really go through. And the last thing is the pillory here, which we saw in the E3 reveal trailer. And I'll just give you guys a quick demonstration of the ball track. So I've built this little track here, and we'll set it off. And you can see the steel ball will go down. It does go pretty slow, so we do have to be patient, and it will get down to the bottom, and we'll see a little fireworks display. Basically what happens is it'll come down and it'll hit to that little red switch there, and once it goes through there it'll set off the fireworks. So here we go. Perfect, there we go. Okay, so until next time guys, please leave a like or a comment below if you enjoyed this video. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.